So tonight is a smorgasbord of Super League action with 4 games set to be played over the evening, all starting at different times. Well, 2 are the same, but we have 3 different times for Super League in 15 minutes. Coming up in this episode of Held Dominance, we have highlights from 4 games played on Thursday night. And it could have real ramifications at the bottom of Super League. Tonight is a smorgasbord of action as there are 4 games in the Super League, all with different permutations at both ends of the table. We have Salford going for the playoffs, while there's still a possibility of Warrington and Wakefield being pulled back into Toulouse's fights to stay in Super League. No matter how far the odds are in other teams' favours, Toulouse could still come out of it. It's not beyond the realm of possibilities, but it's highly unlikely at this time. They need to win their last 3 games to have any say, and one of the other 2 teams above them, being Wakefield and Warrington in that order, ascending, that's the one. We'll see. Toulouse stay up. Anyway, let's get into the games. So who's on the block first for the highlights? Well, I'm going to say the 3rd team. So that is Salford Red Devils versus Hull FC. Salford are in a position that Hull FC dreamed they'd be in at this stage of the season. The Red Devils are currently sitting in the top 6, knowing that if they keep winning, having won 7 of their last 9, they'll have a place in the playoffs and could sneak into the top 4 depending on what happens with Catalans. As for Hull FC, once again their season has stalled in the second half of the year, and with plenty of injuries and struggling for results, they're looking ahead to 2023 already. Let's get into the teams for Salford versus Hull, and it is almost the same team that Salford had out last time. City Akawala drops out, so Jack Ormonroyd goes to the starting forward position after being on the bench last time out, while Rhys Williams comes into the squad for Joe Burgess, who drops out completely. Shane Wright, Dan Sargentson and King Vuniyayawa are all included in the 21-man squad, but only Shane Wright gets into the team. He appears on the bench for the absent Akawala. For Hull FC, Jake Connor is back after a ban, while Manu Ma'u is out for the rest of the season, and his career at Hull FC is over, as we covered in a previous episode. Danny Houghton's season could be over as he has a quad injury, so that means Jordan Johnson goes to acting halfback due to Joe Lovedua's MCL injury, which definitely sees them out for the season. David Litton starts on the wing with Mitaleli Vulikajapani in at the other. Will Smith goes into standoff for the returning Jake Connor to go at fullback, and on the bench we see a debut for Will Gardiner, who comes onto his first appearance in the Hull squad. Salford got the ball rolling in this game as it looked like they had petered out close to the try line and Hull had slowed down the play of the ball. The ball went out wide to Brodie Croft, and Ryan Briley found Callum Watkins, who went in on the outside of Connor Wynn to score in the right corner. 6-0 as Sneed added the extras. Hull came back after an offload in the tackle. Chris Sarte found Will Smith, who found the gap and got through the Salford defence to score underneath the posts. Luke Gale added the extras, and it was 6-all. Next, Salford were on the attack in this back and forth game. After Ormonroyd was held up, it was that man Rhys Williams getting on the end of a move including Tim Lifey, Ryan Briley and Mark Sneed to score in the corner. A mix-up in the defence saw Brad Fash go over for a try for Hull as this game went back and forth, and at half-time it was Hull that were in the lead at 12 points to 10. Salford scored again through Ken CO, and after which it was left to Dion Cross to go over. A fantastic stepping move from the beginning of the season, I must say, from Dion Cross. Salford, I found a good one. Salford were 22 points to 12 up after Briley went over after Jake Connor scored on his return to the side. Luke Gale added a penalty during this game for a 22 points to 18 scoreline to Hull FC. But here comes the final score, and it is from that man Briley, as he worked off the back of some great forward play from Salford, and he went in off a good double pump move from Brodie Croft to score right to the posts. Salford keep their playoff dreams alive with a 28 points to 18 victory over Hull FC, whose season has now come to an end with 2 games left to play. So who's next on the chopping block for highlights? Well, I'm going to put the game that finished last on Thursday as Warrington Wolves faced Castleford Tigers at the Howard Jones Stadium. Looking at the last week's match in the second half at Headingley, Warrington finally looked like a team where the weight on them has been lifted and they caused the Rhinos some real problems. Can they do the same against the Tigers, who, like Leeds, are chasing a playoff rugby league at the end of the season? So, unlike Warrington, the pressure is well and truly on them. They'll also need to have the added incentive that they're coming up against former boss Darryl Powell once again. Can they secure a place in the playoffs? Something Powell couldn't do last season. A welcome boost for the Wolves squad, despite not making the 17, sees Jack Hughes return from injury, but both Stefan Ratchford and Tom McKaylee both returned to the starting lineup and bench respectively. Youngsters Adam Holroyd was included in the squad but didn't make the starting lineup or the bench, while Luke Thomas keeps his place on the bench. For Castleford, they welcome back 2 key forwards in Liam Watts and Nathan Massey. Massey starts while Watts appears on the bench. Jordan Turner and Chase Blair both drop out of the squad, while Sui Matagi and Adam Milner remain suspended. That means they'll be looking for Gaz O'Brien and Danny Richardson to pull the strings, while Joe Westerman leading from the front. So Warrington were the first to score in the first half, as a ball out wide from George Williams found Josh Thulis, and the winger ducked inside the Castleford defence, but he was caught by Greg Eden just under 10 metres away from the line. But a quick play of the ball found Matt Duffy, who went over for the opening try of the game. This was converted by Ratchford, and it was 6 points to 0 to Warrington. Warrington came again not long after, and Rob Mulhern set up a play right under the sticks, which was a little bit off the cuff when the ball came to Stefan Ratchford, as he stepped through the line to score underneath the post for 12-0 to Warrington Wolves. After half-time, the points were scored first by Castleford Tigers, and after going into the right edge, the play of the ball found its way to Danny Richardson, whose kick into the in-goal area was followed up and chased and put down by Jake Malmo, who gave life to Castleford Tigers after Richardson scored. They dropped his conversion. It was 12 points to 6. Cass came again. Few set-up plays in the middle of the field. Everyone started setting up to the left edge. The Ball went through the hands, and Danny Richardson's brilliant pass out wide found Darrell Alfords, who went over in a wonderful year for the winger. He added a second after Richardson knocked over a drop goal, and Castleford was 17 points to 12 ahead. And then a penalty by Richardson was followed up by a try for Warrington as Peter Matautia went over. There was time for Stefan Rashford to convert the try. Warrington suffered another collapse but came back into it near the end. Ultimately, though, Salford Tigers win 19 points to 18 in this Dowell Parrell derby. So with them two games all set, it will mean that Toulouse have to win so that they can keep on going in the Super League for 2022. But Wakefield Trinity are there in the background, and if they beat the Robins, they will make sure that Toulouse are relegated. And we'll have to go with the Toulouse game first, as that has the more implications with the result. This could have been a seismic French derby with a massive repercussions on their relegation battle. However, the rise of Wakefield Trinity and Toulouse's inability to add further wins to their name has sapped it of most of its drama. It is a chance, however, for the French side to have one last hurrah at being Toulouse in the top league at the expense of their French rivals Catalans, who have struggled at the present. Catalans' top four status is seriously under threat, and they need a win to get their season back on track. Here are the teams for the French derby. Well, first of all, Toulouse welcome back Ollie Bot from a ban that kept him out of last week's defeat by Wigan, while Andrew Dixon returns from injury. They are without Joseph Paulo, who is still injured. Meanwhile, Tony Gigo and Matty Russell have both been dropped from the squad due to their perceived performances against Wigan last time out, which means that there's a place in the side from Elias Bergal and Guy Armitage, who comes back into the squad. Chris Hankinson produces his versatility as he goes in at a halfback role, while Nathan Peace will be acting halfback. Maxime Stefani comes into the team, while on the bench, Justin Sangare will play his last game at Toulouse for the time being, as he joins Leeds at the end of the season. For Catalans, they have lost Michael Michellorum again to a ban, whilst Alton Morgs has been lost to injury. Fortunately, Sam Tompkins returns to the starting lineup as he appears at fullback. Meanwhile, Matt Whitley and Taki Chan are both included in the squad, but the younger Chan does not make the 17 as Cesar Rouge is on the bench with Samisoni Langi. Mathieu Laguerre is at centre in another change to the starting lineup. There is still no Mitchell Pearce in the squad, as it is a make-or-break game for Toulouse. It was Catalans who got on the board early on, as 5 minutes had been played, and Josh Drinkwater, Sam Tompkins, Matt Whitley all got together to try and break down the Toulouse defence down their right-hand side. But Sam Tompkins on the last kick for the corner, but the kick was fumbled by Paul Marcon, which left Fouad Yaha 1-on-1 with Ollie Bot, and he got over the line for the opening try of the game. It was just a simple kick back on the reverse, and Catalans had the overlap. Paul Marcon just simply fumbled it, and Ollie Bot was beaten by the bigger man, and the French international went in for his 17th try of the season. The big French winger was in yet again on the 11th minute, as this time it was Drinkwater to Tompkins and a long ball out wide for Fouad Yaha to go in the corner. Unfortunately, again, the try wasn't converted, but it was a fantastic effort from the Catalans attack, and it was 8-0 to Catalan. It's a great wow of a ball, a cut-out pass that leaves Fujiyaha keeping on the chalk to score his second try, as the winger had cut in to block off Sam Tompkins, with the halfback Albert coming over covering. 2 became 3 14 minutes later, and after Drinkwater and Whitley passed the ball around Samisoni Langi, it was Fujiyaha's hat-trick, and the French Super League Grand Finalists were running riot against their near neighbours. It was 12-0 though, as again Drinkwater misses the kick, as Sam Tompkins had a knee injury and couldn't take the conversions. Some quick hands, very quick hands out the back to Fujiyaha, and it was another try. Simple put down for the French winger. Toulouse got themselves back in it after Puech was caught. Eloise Polissier jumped out of dummy half, and Chris Atkinson bundled his way across the line, but did he get the ball down? The video referee was asked to have a look at it. So the video referee followed the play. First of all, Polissier's got the ball out to Hankinson, wasn't tackled, got the ball away before the tackle was completed by Mikel Gudemont, and Hankinson dummied and went through the line, and it looked like Tyrone May had held the ball up, but there was a slight dot down afterwards that gave the video referee the thought that he'd scored the try. Here's another look at it, but it's a bit controversial. Watch Liam Moore when he comes into the shot. The video ref, he's stopped the play saying, have a look at the video referee. Another one more look. Referee is blowing about there, and Hankinson dots the ball down there. And the video's decision was a try for the Olympic side. Bit controversial, bit fortunate, but it was a try. Toulouse went in on 8 points to 12 as Hankinson got a penalty and a down up to 12 men. But after Josh Drinkwater got back on the field, Mikel Gudemont's one-on-one strip on Oliashot Bot, which was a fantastic strip, found Catalans playing position deep in Toulouse territory, where they were expected to come out with the ball. After Joe Cham wrestled the gap, it was a quick play of the ball, and Mikel Gudemont getting closer towards the line, and Alex Da Costa found Gil Dudson, who went over for the try, taking Justin Sangare over with him. It looked like Lucas Albert had hurt his knee in the incident beforehand, before he got to Gil Dudson. This is the one-on-one strip. Fantastic by Gudemont, and the referee decided that it went backwards. Here it is for the try, and the big Welshman scored for the. Toulouse were doing defending yet again, and this time the ball is in Tyrone May's hand, and he finds Sam Tompkins, who was tackled fantastically by Chris Hankinson. But the ball comes back to Tyrone May, who decides to dribble into the post, and it bounced up for the Australian, who scored just right to the post to give a further lead to Catalans Dragons. He had also taken over the kicking, and it was 20 points to 8 at this point. Apologies, it's 12 points to 8 at this point. Great effort by May, got him over the try line. What a kick. Better luck than I thought. The last points of the game went to Toulouse as their best player this season, Oliashot Bot, scored a fantastic try off a half break from James Cunningham. He wasn't brought down and he got the offload to the fullback, and he outstripped the Catalan defence for the consolation try at the end of the game. Only 3 minutes to go, 24 points to 12 with a kick to come, and Chris Sankinson slotted it over through the middle of the sticks. It was 24 points to 14. Here it is again. Cunningham. Not sure if it went a forward pass, but the Toulouse fans got off their seats to watch Ollie go underneath the sticks to add a consolation, a little bit of gloss to the scoreline. Toulouse are down after they are beaten 24 points to 14 to Catalans Dragons, who keep their top 4 aspirations alive. So with that result in, it just left Wakefield, Trinity and Hull KR to battle it out for the 2 points in the day. It was a poignant night for Wakefield Trinity, as 2 of their favourites are leaving Bellevue, with David Fafita and Tini Arona both being involved in the game today, and will be bowing out for Wakefield come the end of the season. Wakefield's season has been given some late life recently and is enough to drag them well away from the relegation scrap at the bottom of the table. Just as their season has been given life, the 2 Hull teams have seen their seasons ground to a halt. Last week, Wakefield defeated Hull FC, and they'll be looking to back that up with a win over Hull KR, as they look to end the season on a high. Hull KR, meanwhile, will likely concede that their playoff hopes have gone now, but have shown some good character recently. They're set to welcome some big signings next season, so for them, it's all about looking ahead to next season. So here is the team news for the 2 teams. First with Wakefield. They have lost Liam Hood to a controversial and lengthy ban following an incident in the win over Hull FC. Jai Whitbread misses out through to injury, but Tiniaru Aronas makes the squad despite being a doubt through injury, and what is his last home game at the Bellevue. Max Jowett keeps his place at fullback despite Jamie Shaw being involved in the squad, but Shaw is not named in the team. Liam Kay is also back in the squad, and he also appears on the bench. Another member of the playing staff that will be leaving and confirmed leaving, David Fafita, is on the bench. For Hull KR, they have also had a player charged for disciplinary actions, but George King escapes a ban whilst Matt Parcell returns from suspension, and as does Corbin Sims. Sims finds a place on the bench while Matt Parcell starts. They are sadly without Lachlan Coote for the rest of the season due to another concussion, but Ethan Ryan is back in the mix. Mikey Lewis is expected to play at fullback, with Jez Litton and Rowan Milnes being in the halves. This was a close game in the first half, as Hull KR were the ones with the best chance. A bit of an arm wrestle throughout the game, and Hull KR were the first ones over the try line, and the Robins had Albert Vete to thank for the first try. The conversion was made, and 6-0 half-time lead for KR. Next, it's the attention of Hull KR's players on Josh Bowden, but Bowden is deemed to have been held up and told to play the ball. After a lob pass, Jacob Miller's kick to the left-hand side was not kept in by Lewis Murphy in what was yet to be seen from the Wakefield side. Just a little taster, I mean. Next, Hull KR are being battered by Wakefield as in the territorial battle, and Geordie Crowther and Mason Lino found Jacob Miller and Max Jowett on the run around for Lee Kershaw to ram his way over and batter the ball down for Wakefield's first try. Next, Wakefield were playing the support act and Liam Kay was getting involved. The makeshift hooker found Mason Lino and he was deemed to have knocked on in the tackle. And that was petering out the attack. But here comes Lewis Murphy. As first of all, Hull KR hold up the Jack Croft over the line and they go back inside. Bowden again as heart of things and it's a last tackle. And Liam Kay sets the ball up to go left with Mason Lino bulleting a pass outside for Lewis Murphy. And he got airborne, space shuttle style, to score in the corner. Mason Lino nailed the kick once again and it was 12 points to 6 to Wakefield. But after a fantastic run around, David Fafita stopped Matt Parcell from getting over the line and dislodging the ball. Great defence from the big bopper. Hull KR came and were backed up once again, and this time it was Miller and Jowett who found Lewis Murphy, who kicked back inside for the Max Jowett to score in the corner. And this is the way that David Fafita went out at Bellevue. Fantastic effort. And a fitting goodbye for David Fafita in front of the home crowd. It's Wakefield's game as they beat Hull KR 18 points to 6, with them sending Toulouse back to the championship. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. This is the episode where we have to say goodbye to Toulouse for Super League for 2022, as there are 2 games left, but the French side are not able to make up the points to catch up and get Super League safety. It's unfortunate, but if you only win 5 games all season, which is one of the better results for first time teams in Super League in terms of win percentage, wins on the scoreboard, whatever, but it wasn't enough to see them home and see Super League for a second season. They'll come back, I'm sure of it, because they've got the money to back them. They're willing to stay professional, etc, etc. But for now, we'll just say goodbye to Toulouse. Anyway, tell me in the comments below about any of the other results that you thought need to be mentioned, Salford being one. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I will now wish you all the best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. This is the episode where we have to say goodbye to Toulouse for Super League for 2022, as there are 2 games left, but the French side are not able to make up the points to catch up and get Super League safety. It's unfortunate, but if you only win 5 games all season, which is one of the better results for first time teams in Super League in terms of win percentage, wins on the scoreboard, whatever, but it wasn't enough to see them home and see Super League for a second season. They'll come back, I'm sure of it, because they've got the money to back them. They're willing to stay professional, etc, etc. But for now, we'll just say goodbye to Toulouse. Anyway, tell me in the comments below about any of the other results that you thought need to be mentioned, Salford being one. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I will now wish you all the best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.